In the remote, windswept mountains of Bayan-Kara-Ula, a mystery has endured for decades. It's a mystery wrapped in stone, 716 stones to be exact, allegedly discovered over 80 years ago in a hidden cave at the edge of the world. These are no ordinary stones. According to the legend, they are relics of an ancient race, visitors from the stars, alien beings known as the Dropa. What if these stones were not simply artifacts, but messages from beyond our world? Welcome to the story of the Dropa Stones, one of the most controversial and enduring mysteries in the world of ancient alien theories. It's 1938, a time when the world is on the brink of global conflict. In the shadow of the towering peaks along the China-Tibet border, an expedition led by Chinese archaeologist Chi Pu Tei makes an astonishing discovery. As the team ventures deep into a series of hidden caves, they stumble upon something that would change the course of history, though not in the way anyone expected. The caves are unlike anything they've ever seen. Scattered within are peculiar humanoid skeletons, no more than 4 feet tall, with abnormally large skulls, figures whose proportions challenge every known aspect of human evolution. But that's not the strangest part. Among the skeletal remains lie strange, circular discs, stone discs to be precise, measuring around 9 inches in diameter, each with a perfectly round hole in the center. Upon closer inspection, the surface of each disc is inscribed with intricate spiral grooves, as though telling a story that begins at the center and spirals outward toward the edges. What are these discs? And more importantly, who or what made them? The skeletons themselves are an enigma. Theories began swirling. Were these the remains of a previously unknown human species, a lost tribe, or something far more extraordinary? Those who studied the remains noted their disproportionate anatomy, massive skulls on frail, diminutive bodies. Local legend spoke of the Dropa, a mysterious race of beings who came from the heavens and lived among the indigenous tribes. Could the Dropa Stones be the key to unlocking their story? Chi Pu Tei and his team struggled to decipher the meaning of their discovery. At first, it seemed like nothing more than an archaeological anomaly, but it wasn't until decades later that the true significance of the stones came to light. In the late 1950s, a Chinese scientist named Dr. Tsum Um Nui took a deep interest in the stones. His research claimed to unlock the hidden language within the spirals etched onto their surface. According to Dr. Tsum, the discs told the tale of extraterrestrial visitors who crash-landed on Earth some 12,000 years ago. These beings, the Dropa, had come from another star system, their craft damaged beyond repair. Stranded on Earth, they had no choice but to live among the indigenous people. Dr. Tsum Um Nui's translation, as fantastical as it sounds, spoke of how the Dropa were initially misunderstood and even hunted by the local tribes, but over time, they established a fragile peace, sharing knowledge and wisdom before vanishing without a trace. The discs were thought to be their parting message, a farewell left behind for future generations. Is it possible? Could the Dropa Stones be the last testament of an alien race that once visited our world? As the decades rolled on, the story of the Dropa Stones spread like wildfire. UFO enthusiasts, ancient astronaut theorists, and media outlets around the world took hold of the narrative. The stones, it seemed, were proof of something bigger, evidence of ancient contact between humans and extraterrestrial visitors. For believers, the stones represented more than just artifacts. They were symbols of humanity's forgotten history. Some proposed that the advanced technology required to inscribe such detailed, microscopic hieroglyphs was beyond the capabilities of any known civilization of the time. Could the Dropa have brought with them technology that far surpassed what we know today? Others pointed to the unusual humanoid skeletons, their large skulls reminiscent of beings often described in UFO sightings. The Dropa, they claimed, were no myth. They were flesh and blood extraterrestrials who had walked the earth. Not everyone is convinced. Many skeptics argue that the story of the Dropa Stones is nothing more than a fabrication, a myth perpetuated by fringe theorists and overzealous researchers. Critics point out that no credible museum or institution has ever displayed the stones. Most of the evidence comes from dubious sources, some of which date back to sensationalist articles published in the 1960s. No reputable archaeologist has ever verified the existence of the Dropa stones, and no physical evidence of their discovery has ever been made available to the public. For many, this lack of verifiable proof is enough to dismiss the entire narrative as a modern hoax, a story designed to tantalize the imagination, but grounded in little to no reality. Yet, despite the skepticism, the story of the Dropa stones endures. It taps into something primal within us, a desire to know that we are not alone in the universe. Whether or not the stones are real, their legend has sparked a cultural phenomenon, becoming a part of the broader tapestry of human curiosity about life beyond Earth. Is it possible that the Dropa stones are the key to understanding an ancient alien visitation? Or are they simply another mystery in a world already filled with unanswered questions? Perhaps we'll never know the full truth. The stones remain elusive, their meaning locked within the spirals of time. As we close the chapter on the Dropa stones, one thing is certain. Whether they are remnants of an ancient alien race or an elaborate myth, their story continues to ignite debates and curiosity. And while the mystery of the Dropa may linger in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered, there are still countless enigmas in our world that beckon to be explored. In our next episode, we'll dive into the depths of the Pacific Ocean, where another mystery waits: Japan's Yonaguni Monument. Could this underwater structure be the remnants of a forgotten civilization, or something even more extraordinary? Join us as we explore the unexplained, the mysterious, and the otherworldly. Don't forget to follow us for more cosmic journeys, and be sure to answer our poll below.